There are thousands of children in need of your help, your time, your money. There are thousands of children in places where there are no doctors. Look, this isn't helping, is it, guys? It's not that we don't care anymore as a society, but I think there's so much bad going on in the world right now that we become desensitized to it. As a ummah, as people, we no longer connect to the bad anymore, because we're seeing all of these videos and we're seeing all of this bad stuff going on, and we don't know how we can help, and we see it so often that we've actually become desensitized. We can watch a load of these videos and not even cry, nothing. This way of trying to capture people just isn't going to work. We need to figure out how we can use this that we have going on to still impact good and to still draw people in to help. Hold on. This is what we need. This is what we need. See these four walls around me that we see as the internet? They're powerful. They've allowed us to communicate, to share, to inspire, and to learn. The internet can teach us anything, from making a coffee to making a business.
Shooting for those big goals is predicated on your actions.
To making a stand.
When I say gun, you say law. Gun, law, gun, law.
It showed us its fun side with the cinnamon challenge, its powerful side with the ice bucket challenge, and its comical side with the president challenge.
We will make America great again.
No, that wasn't a joke. That actually happened. Yeah. But you're onto something. Go on, carry on, continue. Yeah, but I've kind of lost my train of thought now. You talk about the internet and yes, the internet. The internet is very powerful, but I was trying to link it. With charity. The internet is powerful, and something to do with charity. Yeah, people love stories, man. Listen, connecting with a story. It's true, we do love stories. Talk about your story. How has the internet helped you? Talk about your personal story. My name is Faisal Choudhry. I'm what is known as a social media influencer. That basically means that I make videos online, take pictures of my day, and get to share my thoughts with people all around the world.
Today is the day of my nikah.
From as early as I can remember, I always wanted to be a performer in some way. I loved entertaining people, whether it be in front of my family members at a gathering or just my brother and sisters in my living room. Now, being able to entertain thousands of people through the medium of the internet, the rise of social media has meant that I'm able to live my dream. But there was a time when my family didn't know if I was even going to live at all.
I felt really weak and drained. I went completely yellow.
6 months into her pregnancy, my mum was diagnosed with hepatitis A, and neither the doctors nor my parents knew whether I was going to make it.
Obviously, any woman carrying a child, if she gets ill, she worries about her child as well. And if it's an illness as serious as hepatitis A, I was worried that whether you'd get it while you were inside me.
To further this damage and add extra impact, her liver collapsed during the pregnancy.
I'm pretty sure it shrank as well. So it was on the scan it showed the liver had shrunk and collapsed.
Living in the UK and having access to healthcare provided by the state meant that both my mum and I were able to survive and are both healthy 24 years later. Speaking to my mum made me realise the difficulties she went through just to bring me into this world. And whilst hepatitis is definitely no joke, it's also fair to say that my situation was one of the more easier to treat in comparison to other complications that can arise with young children. But seeing the concern on my mum when speaking about my birth made me question how other parents whose children may not have access to similar healthcare must feel.
তারপরে বিভিন্ন অবস্থায় দেখিয়া মনে করেন এরকম যে যা কইছে আমার তৌফিক পরিমাণে তৌফিকের বাহিরেও মনে করেন আমি করিয়া গেছি। আমার সবচেয়ে খারাপ হইল ওর ব্যাপারটা নিয়ে। আমার অন্য সাইড যেরকমই হোক আমার ওইটার উপর কোনো শোধ করতে পারবো না।
What I'm about to say in this video could literally save thousands of lives, but I need you to focus. Recently, I was introduced to the Little Hearts campaign. Little Hearts focus on children all over the world who are born with heart defects.
Every year, more than 1 million babies are born with a congenital heart defect. Of these babies, 100,000 die before they reach their first birthday.
Hearing these figures struck a deep chord and made me want to learn more. It didn't sit right with me that hundreds of thousands of children are dying simply because there isn't enough money or trained heart surgeons where they live. Surely it shouldn't matter where you're from, how much money you have, or who you are. Surely, at the very least, every heart deserves to beat. See, Little Hearts currently has around 300 children on its waiting list for life-saving heart surgery. And I want to make sure that, you know what, we need a more impactful voice. Like this? Yes, like that! Okay. I want to make sure that every single child on that list... No, from the beginning. From Little Hearts has 300 children. Little Hearts currently has around 300 children awaiting life-saving heart surgery on their waiting list. I want to make sure that every single child on that list has the surgery they need. And just like the lives of these children, this mission has a time limit. After speaking to Muntada about the Little Hearts campaign, they told me about a very special supporter of the project. This is going to be my first time speaking to a child who's going through complicated heart issues. And so I'm probably more nervous than Ayub himself. Ayub is a 5-year-old child with a heart that isn't fully formed. In his short life, he's already gone through 3 heart surgeries and has another major one coming up.
That was when they said, look, all his body is fully created or fully developed, except the heart. And that's when they really suggested to us that we should think about having an abortion.
Subhanallah.
I said, look, abortion is not an option for us. Okay, so now as you can see, he has this tracheostomy. It's an artificial way that he breathes in. And in terms of his food, he has something called back gastrostomy. Okay. So he basically gets his food feed there. So alhamdulillah, in general he's doing good. So I can only say alhamdulillah. The great ni'mah that we have here, subhanallah, some countries they don't even have a doctor that can actually, forget even operating a child, they cannot even screen the child to identify whether he has a heart condition or not.
The conversation with Ayub made me further realize that there's children everywhere who don't have access to the healthcare, surgeons and facilities that he did. Seeing his dad talk about how grateful he is for the resources that were available from day one of Ayub's birth reminded me of the conversation with Shohag's dad.
ভালো করে তলে করতে পারে না স্যার, আমার পক্ষে সম্ভব না। ওর মা দিনরাত কান্দার তলিতে।
So what about those other children? The smile I see on Ayub's face despite the difficulties he goes through is the same smile I yearn to see on the faces of children all over the world. It just doesn't sit right with me that I have the capability in some way to help, and yet to just sit around and wait for someone else to do it. Perhaps that someone else is me, is you watching this video. Perhaps we need to stop asking ourselves the question, how can we do it, and ask ourselves, how can we not? For the past few weeks, I've been spending time at the Little Hearts offices, plotting and planning a scheme, a way, a method in which I can ensure that by the end of this Ramadan, we fund the surgery of every single child on that list. Okay, so I'm at Muntada. I've sectioned myself off into this little office. I don't even know if I'm allowed in here. I am so excited because I've just figured out how I'm gonna do it, how we're gonna do it, how we're gonna save 300 lives of children in the space of Ramadan. And this I'm currently writing out the plan, but this is how we're going to do it. This is what I'm going to execute right here. One complete heart surgery costs £1,500 and there are 300 children to be seen to. A simple calculation will tell us that we need to raise £500,000 in the space of 30 days. I pitched the idea to Muntada, telling them that social media is the biggest way to get our voice out there and raise the money for these surgeries. I spoke on behalf of all of us who knew the power of social media, who use it every day. I told him that the movement has changed. Big corporations are no longer deciding what's important. The consumer decides. The public do. We do. They felt my excitement. They heard my voice. They heard our voice. and they gave me complete control of the campaign. This campaign, this idea, this movement. And here it is. Here is how we're going to do this. Are you ready? Social media consists of a hierarchy of celebrities, social influencers, and social media users. We're going to infiltrate all three in order to make the most noise. This Ramadan, I need your help to reach out to the biggest Muslim celebrities in the world. Their voice and following is powerful and can impact millions. We need to spread this message, this video, and this campaign to them, using only the power of social media. We live in a world where we can directly contact almost anyone. I also need your help to contact any and every Muslim influencer, tell them about this campaign, and ask them to set up their own fundraising page for Ramadan by going to supportlittlehearts.com and then asking their followers to donate to their page. And lastly, if every single person watching this video sets up their own page and sets a goal of 5k and 100 of us complete our targets, we will be able to afford every single surgery by the will of Allah. Okay, I'm back. I know, I keep doing this, but guys, I have one last idea. If you don't, yes, set up your own Just Giving pages. Go to supportlittlehearts.com, set up 5k, speak to your family, speak to your friends, send that link out on social media and raise that money. But if you're unable to even do that, I've created a little graphic. The link for it is in the bio. Let's all save that graphic, upload it to our Instagrams with the caption, a heart emoji. And inshallah, if enough of us post this image with this ambiguous caption, then maybe they'll be curious as to what it is that people are posting, and maybe they'll find this video, or maybe they'll find supportlittlehearts.com, and maybe they will start their own page, or maybe they will donate, and maybe that money that they raise because of you ends up being money that allows a child to have life-saving heart surgery, because maybe through that picture you post, people find out that the meaning behind that post is that we are trying to save the lives of 300 children who might have holes in their hearts, who might have hearts that are not fully formed. And maybe by just posting that image, it will make the world of a difference. But it doesn't stop there. The Little Hearts campaign is an ongoing project that wants to change the course of humanity by providing these free surgeries to any and every child it possibly can. I want to make sure, within my capacity, that these parents have the ability to help their child build their dreams, just like Ayub's dad. And that every child, just like Ayub, no matter where they live, who they are, and how much money they have, knows that we believe that every heart deserves to beat.
Tula mama, tula.